What's up, everybody? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. I'm your host, Brendan Avin, with my two co-hosts. Starting to my right.
You must not know.
How am I?
You gotta do it for the laugh first.
Call it. Say your name, man. You know what? No, he's calling. He's not getting no introduction.
Oh, come
Rashad,
on.
you can introduce
Yo, what's up?
yourself.
You already know who it is. It's Rashad back in the building.
And we got a guest with us today, Mr. Rudy Henderson. Let's give it up for Rudy. Star from the Old Dominion University, student. Rudy, give a little shout out to the peoples. Say your piece to the people before we get started.
Get ready for some sports knowledge.
I like it.
There will be shout outs throughout the show. I'm just saying.
No, you're not allowed anymore because I toss it to you first, and then you wanna. That's like throwing an alley oop and then saying no. You take it back.
You
Like,
block it.
Come on.
yeah, that's like you block it back to your own man.
You gotta send it to the left.
No. Anyways, y'all, we're gonna be talking a lot of sports today. We're gonna be starting out with college football, going to NFL. We're gonna be going all over the place. But starting off with college football, we're gonna talk about ODU and NC State, the game this upcoming weekend. Both teams are coming off wins. ODU after playing Norfolk State, coming off a 24-10 win. Very convincing. ODU handled their business. Khaled, we'll start off with you. What did you think about how ODU looked last weekend and how they're going to carry that into this weekend against NC State?
I like their rushing offense. They was looking pretty nice there. Passing, not too much. Defense, they need to do better. They need to do a whole lot better.
What do you think specifically they need to work on?
Definitely need to work on that line. Definitely need to watch like the block. Block y'all men. Like, because the QB came through the middle so many times in that Norfolk State game.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time I look, because I was at the game, I was behind the field goal post. I look and see 7 getting down the field.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, y'all gotta do better. So that defense definitely got to step up, especially against NC State.
Yeah. All right, Rashad, what about you? What did you think?
Me being at work and everything, I didn't really get the luxury going to the game. So, from what I do know, Ray Lowry doing his thing right now. Y'all agree, right? He doing his thing,
yeah.
leading the nation in rushing yards, leading in touchdowns. Hey, he doing his thing right now. But we all see we're past the Taylor Heineke era, as clearly known. But Schuler Bentley,
Bring in the Bentley.
I can't say too much because he's a freshman. You know what I'm saying? You're playing FBS football as a freshman.
Yeah, it's the second game.
Yeah, second game of the season. He's coming off behind like Taylor Heineke. Like they're trying to make him live the expectations he had.
Vikings backup Taylor Heineke. Let's throw that in there.
Like he's on the NFL team now. Like they want this freshman to come in and do what he did, but he's not the same type of player he is. He's more of a pocket passer player. Not really getting out of holes. Like for his games, he's averaged, I want to say 4 carries for 4 yards in the first game, rushing. And then I think it was like 3 for -3 or something like that in the second game, something like that. Nothing good. It's sad. Nothing. No, he's not making his moves like Taylor Heineke did, extending the play a little bit longer. He's throwing the ball away. Like if there's nothing open, he's not trying to like make him play with his feet. He's trying to just throw the ball away. Live for the next down.
He's only completing 55% of his attempts.
See, with that though, I think again, it's his second game. You're gonna hit your stride and whatnot as the season goes on. I don't know if this is the game where he'll get to hit his stride though. This is a totally different animal that ODU has to go against, and I don't know if he'll hit his stride. I think they just need to keep feeding Ray the ball, even though NC State will probably know that's what they're gonna do. Maybe work into play action.
And that rush defense is gonna be on point. They're gonna shut
Well,
you down.
that's one thing ODU itself needs to work on is having a great rush defense. Like you were saying, Khaled, how Greg Hankerson he would just run it up the middle every single time whenever things just broke down, and there'd be nobody there in coverage, or the line wouldn't really have pressure on them. So their rush defense needs to improve. And their secondary, sometimes there were lapses in the secondary, and the Norfolk State receivers just couldn't capitalize, and that's not going to happen against NC State. NC State is actually going to capitalize on all those ODU lapses in the secondary or the miscommunications, where maybe they're supposed to run cover 2 and they're running like somebody's thinking, oh, we're doing cover 3. So, safety's not where he's supposed to be or something like that. There's so many things that so many open holes, so many like missed coverages. But then, Norfolk State didn't capitalize on it, but NC State will. And NC State also has a really good running back in Matthew Days, who, they like to ground and pound. So, ODU's rush defense got to be on. They got to be getting into the backfield, get that initial push off, and actually, make it tough on them. Make it like what they want to do to us. They want to neutralize Ray Lowry from us. We want to neutralize Matthew Days from them. Take away like one half of their offense. Because if you take away half a team's offense, they become really predictable. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like what happened this past Monday night. Once Adrian Peterson wasn't effective, and the Vikings started falling behind, everybody knew, Teddy Bridgewater was about to start letting it rip. So it became pretty easy to stop the offense. But what do you guys think that what are the three main keys that you guys would say ODU needs to do in order to come away with a win this Saturday? What do you think, Rudy? Start off with you.
First of all, I think they need to establish the run with Ray Lowry. Last year, he had 71 yards at about 5 yards per carry.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to go back to that. We know NC State's going to expect them to run the ball, work some play action off of that to give Schuler Bentley a little bit more time back there, because he's, again, third game. He's not going to be able to process that defense as fast as he needs to. The play action might be able to open that up for him.
Yeah.
The other two keys are mainly, I'm going to put this game on the front seven of ODU, point blank period. Last year, Jacoby Brissett, quarterback for NC State, went 21 for 29 with 288 yards. You can't get shredded like that.
Yeah.
You have to put some sort of pressure on him, get him off his spot. He's going to be athletic. He's bigger than the guy we played last week, Hankerson, from Norfolk State. He's going to get loose. They have to contain him, be able to get him off his spots, and just play good defense on the run. Because last year they had almost 500 yards on us, and you're not going to win very many games doing that. And then third would be create turnovers.
Yeah.
You're not going to really be able to score that much with a younger quarterback going against an ACC team. So you're going to need to get him the ball as much and as often as possible. So that's what I think they need to do to try and get a win this weekend.
All right. How about you, Khalid?
Defense. Please bring that rush defense. Stop them. Contain that QB. I do not want to see this man run through the field like Norfolk State. Like every time I seen that man get the ball, I was like, yeah, he's gonna run through the middle. And y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop that. Like contain him. Also, definitely work on that play action too, because we can't depend on Ray Lowry for all our offensive presence. So we have to establish some offense on the other side. Pretty much that's basically it.
All right. How about you, Rashad?
We got to continue giving Ray Lowry the ball. That's number one. He's doing his thing. Don't stop what's working. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah. Something like that. Schuler Bentley needs to get more comfortable. This is third game in now. He's played 2. You see what it's like. He has Ray Lowry giving him time in the pocket now. Like you said, play action will be great because the way he's running, all focus is going to be on him. Give some time to get more comfortable in the pocket, more time to hit more passes. Because a lot of teams are sending, more than what a normal team would. Like for Taylor Heineke, they're sending a lot more than they would for Taylor Heineke. And not necessarily always blitzing, but there's always at least one more down person coming after him, which is making him more uncomfortable in the pocket. But with play action, it's going to leave him more space, more time to sit there and show why he was, a 4-star recruit from South Carolina. Yeah. So, and then also defense need to pick it up, start on the line. DNs need to get at it more. D-line tackles need to get at it more. Make sure it don't even have to get to the linebackers. Stop it in the backfield. Yeah. Pick up the intensity on defense, create turnovers. You should pull out this win.
I like it.
What about you, man? What do you think?
I pretty much agree with y'all. Everybody we all say you gotta get Ray the ball. Get Ray going. It ain't going good if it ain't Ray's way. So you gotta get Ray the ball, get him terrorizing, get the ground and pound, control the tempo of the game. You know what I'm saying? Have NC State's defenders having their hands on their knees, have them tired. Your offense will be out there so long. When your defense comes in, they'll be fresh. They can get into the backfield easily because they won't be gassed from having to keep consistent 3 and outs. Then after that, I say you neutralize Matthew Days on the other end of the ball. Pretty much it goes hand in hand with the defense because he's their running back. And he's also a good receiving option for them. And Jermichael Ramos, he's another receiver that Jacoby tends to go to a lot. So you neutralize both of them. The corners play up on him, get physical with him, give him issues. And then I say pretty much the Schuler just has a great game, just try to minimize that, just try not to turn the ball over, and, capitalize on all the mismatches that come with Ray Lowry being aggressive on the ground. But staying in college football, do y'all see what happened with the Florida coach Jim McElwain, coming after his player Kelvin Taylor on the sidelines for unsportsmanlike conduct penalty pretty much got for scoring a touchdown. He celebrated. He did the little throat cut, and apparently he preaches to his players. You shouldn't showboat and everything like that. But he lost his he went off on this kid, came after him in front of everybody on live television. So it became a big deal. So do y'all believe it was right or wrong? Rashad, I'll start out with you.
This stuff happens all the time. I mean, only because it was on TV, naturally saw that it's such a big deal. I mean, he's yelling at his player. I mean, a lot of coaches yell at their players. A lot of people don't see it, but he happened to get caught doing it. So I mean, I don't think it's wrong. I mean, one, he didn't put his hands on him. That's number one thing. He just got in his face, yelled at him. I mean, we've seen coaches do that in the NFL. I mean, all up in their face, and even grabbing the face mask or nothing, just sitting there yelling at them. But we never said anything. Mm-hmm. But since he's a student our age, playing college football and everything like that, and understand they're trying to morally be right. Mm-hmm. For him to get in his face like that, I understand why he did it. But I mean, it's all about perception. How would you take it? Because I mean, even back in Iowa high school, I had my coach in my face yelling at me. But I mean, it just happens. It's just when they start grabbing you or hitting you, pushing you, that's when the problem occurs.
All right, so I'll ask you a question. So if you're Kelvin Taylor's father, who was a former NFL player, and you're seeing a coach do that to your son on the sideline, would you be like, hey, why can't you just take him aside and tell him afterwards that what he was doing was wrong, instead of making him a spectacle on live television in front of everybody else, and then making him look like a joke in front of his teammates?
See, that's I'm gonna go back to if I was his father, of course you would want him to not pull him to the side and talk to him about it. Mm-hmm. But back when I was in high school, I was playing outside linebacker, mm-hmm. and it was basically a 7-on-7, mm-hmm. and I had a blown coverage, and the dude was in deep in the end zone by himself, mm-hmm. but quarterback overthrew him. So my dad was in the stands, coach yelling at me, and I was saying my dad didn't say nothing while he was yelling at me, but then he grabbed my face mask. That's when my dad got up and said something. Mm-hmm. So he was like, it's fine if he yells at you. I mean, if you make a mistake, he yells at you. Mm-hmm. But when he touches you, that's when I feel mm-hmm. it's past the line. Okay. But I mean, for him to yell at you, I mean, even though you play for a big name school, it's gonna be seen. So yeah, it just happens.
All right. So how do y'all two feel about it?
I seen the 30-second video with the actual audio. Mm-hmm. That video doesn't pass FCC standards. I'm just saying. I mean, yeah, you have to definitely yell at your your team when they don't do what they've been told to do, mm-hmm. or when they do something that they know they're not supposed to, because that's what being a coach is. Yeah, he didn't touch him at all. He didn't. He just got in his face, yelled at him. He did what a coach was supposed to do. He just didn't have to drop F-bomb after F-bomb after F-bomb.
I mean, plenty of coaches cuss though.
Yeah, but they caught that on camera.
A lot of stuff's caught on camera. It's just not nationally known. NFL has a lot of stuff caught on camera for the NFL. I mean, but because it's not a student, because it's someone who's actually being professionally paid to do that, they don't bring it up as big as it is.
But yeah, that's because he is a student.
Yeah, it's that affects a lot. Mm-hmm. He's not a paid player and all this stuff like that. He's just a college student playing football, trying to make it to the league. But when you get to the league, it's not really gonna be like. It's not
I mean, I think the only crime here was the fact that it got caught on camera. I played college football. Hope to play college football again. We get yelled at way worse than that in practice, and it's mm-hmm. just not caught on camera and whatnot. I honestly don't see anything wrong with it. To answer your question about the father, as long as he didn't touch my son, which he didn't, exactly. I don't really care, because as far as it being a spectacle on national television, my son made himself a spectacle on national television when he did the cutthroat. Coaches preach, don't do self-inflicted injuries as far as penalties and whatnot. And for you to go out there and do that, you're gonna get punished. With every bad action comes some form of punishment. So I don't see anything wrong with this. This isn't like the Rutgers basketball coach a couple years back.
Yeah,
that was
bad.
This
That
is
was
a coach
bad.
getting in someone's butt because they did something wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, players get after each other that bad. That's just not caught on camera. So
all right. So what would you say to the fact? So do you think it's right that he did it out there on live television, or he didn't wait till after the game to do it?
Well, when the problem happens, especially with penalties like that, you have to address it right then. Okay. It's not one of those things that now
it's just wishy-washy because it was seen on TV.
Exactly, because the only problem here is the fact that it was on TV in the nation's perception. If it was never on TV, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you think that he could have handled it by saying, "Hey, we'll talk about that after the game," so that a player knows right then and there that he did something wrong.
I mean,
he did something wrong. So
like
and then he gets at him after the game instead of in the public's eye in front of everybody to see. You don't think he could have done it another way?
I mean, it could have been done multiple other ways. Like you said, he could have brought him aside. He could have talked to him at halftime. He could have talked to him after the game. He could have done any of those. But it also depends on what type of perception that coach is trying to surround himself with. Is he trying to be a hard-nosed coach? Is he trying to be a coach that doesn't let stuff like that fly? You have to address that at that moment. And again, there's various cameras all over the field. The fact that he could have known that one specific camera was on him is highly unlikely.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was trying to embarrass the kid on national television, because there's, let's say, 8 to 10 cameras that the TV could be watching at any time, and it just happened to be on him.
All right, so then I got another question for you. So do you think he still does that if he knows he's getting recorded on camera?
I think so. I think so. Because it's heat of the moment.
Yeah,
it's heat of the moment.
The thing is, if he's doing this on national television without him knowing that he's being recorded, he does this in practice too. So, I mean, he's gonna keep on doing it because he's trying to coach them, and he's trying to enforce himself as that hard-nosed coach. So,
but how do you know he does it in practice?
Because he does it. He did it in the game.
No, but like Rashad said, it's a heat of the moment thing.
Yeah,
you might act one way. The fact that he got the penalty in practice, you're not getting penalties. In practice, you're not. You're in that heat of the moment. You're not having that exact heat of the moment. He's mad because in practice he told they coached the whole time. Don't do this. Don't do celebratory type stuff like this and draw a penalty. So how do you know that he does this in practice as a regular norm?
But he got it.
Well, in practice, you might not get penalties, but in practice, you still mess up.
No, you still mess up, but I'm saying you don't get a penalty like that. Like, he reacted that way, and, but it was a cause and effect. Because of the penalty that he got from doing the throat slice, he reacted that way. But in practice, I'm pretty much guaranteeing that same situation has never happened. Pretty much. I'm pretty much, or he's probably already preached to them, you know what, we're not doing this. And then when he did it in the game, which drew the penalty, which hurt his team, that's when he lost his wig. So I'm saying if you feel like if he knew the cameras were there, how do you know that he wouldn't have done it?
Well, what Rashad said, he probably would have done it because it's heat of the moment. And I agree with you, that scenario won't come up in practice. But I've seen offensive linemen get reprimanded worse than that for missing a block in practice. So we can't assume that he doesn't do this in practice just because if this one situation doesn't occur. He could yell at his players 24/7 in practice. It might be a normal thing for them. It was just that we caught it on camera.
Exactly.
The running back looked like he was about to cry or something. I don't know what was going on with him, but I think it's probably a normal thing around college football period, around football period. People get yelled at in high school. There are probably kids getting yelled at in Pop Warner in Florida and Texas somewhere.
I dropped the pass and got yelled at.
You've been called all sorts of scallywags out there in practice, man. This isn't that big of a deal. This is just us as a society being a little bit more sensitive than we need to be about something because we saw it. It's sort of like how I thought about the whole bounty situation a couple of years back. Because they got caught, people are going to say something about it, but it probably happens a lot more than it does.
Well, I understand y'all premise. I'm just asking y'all questions to be devil's advocate. I mean, I gotta be some kind of opposition,
Because I was about to say, you personally have experienced this back when we were
I know.
With our coach.
Yeah, I know. I'm just flipping it from the other script, from the people's perspective that are saying, well, he might not do this all the time. He might not say, like you said, like when the offensive Well, y'all, we're back. We had a commercial intermission, if you want to call it that. Took a little break.
Did y'all go to the bathroom, drink some water?
But yeah, we're back now. And the next topic we're gonna cover is Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. After after week one, one definitely outshined the other one. One threw for 4 touchdowns in the first half of the game. Only had 3 incompletions.
Super Mariota.
And the other one,
I'm gonna throw y'all some stats real quick.
Go ahead, Colin.
Marcus
Do what you gotta do.
Week 1, 13 of 16 attempts, completions of attempts.
Greatness.
209 passing yards. Touchdowns 4.
Preach.
Interception 0. Passer rating 158.3.
I believe that's perfect.
Jameis Winston 16 of 33 pass completions and attempts. 210 passing yards, just a little bit better than Mariota.
1 yard
somehow. Touchdowns 2. Interceptions 2. Passer rating 64.
If I could caveat off of that, he threw 2 interceptions, but watching the game, it should have easily been 4 to 5. The Titans dropped about 3 of them.
Well, y'all, judging from those week one performances, who do y'all believe is more likely to have the better week 2? The Buccaneers will be playing the Saints, and the Titans, Titans are going to be playing the Browns. So, who do y'all?
The Browns are at home.
Yeah.
Browns.
So, who do y'all believe will have the better week 2? Rudy, we're going to start this one off with you.
Well, anyone in this room can tell you what my answer is going to be. It's going to be Super Mariota, a.k.a. Marcus Mariota, because he's the GOAT.
Wait.
Whenever you
he
can
just
tie,
called it.
Whenever you can tie a Hall of Famer's record in 1/2, and it took him an entire game, you're doing something right.
I'm pretty sure Cam Newton broke records too in his rookie season. We see where he's at now.
Well, he has no help.
Yeah,
Marcus has some sort of help on the team, but in all seriousness, Marcus will have the better week. The Browns looked abysmal last week. It was bad. Joe Hayden didn't play anything like the corner that he's getting paid to play like. I don't even think they have a corner on the other side or safety help at all. Paul Kruger was playing like a high school defensive end. It was just horrible.
My oh my.
Yeah, it was a horrible display. I believe that both of them will have good weeks. I believe Jameis will do a complete 180. He'll have a great week because the Saints have no resemblance of a defense out there, and he'll have a little bit more time to do things that he wants to do. But I do believe Marcus Mariota will have the better week.
Not to mention the Browns at home, which is sad, are horrible. That's sad. Even in your own stadium.
So who are you picking to have the better week 2?
Mariota. I feel like Saints don't have a defense. They're not looking like they have any kind of defensive presence, but they are at home and they are dangerous at home.
Okay. All right. How about you, Rashad?
Since we got a Mariota fan, I'm gonna go with Jameis. In my opinion, he's still more NFL ready than Marcus Mariota. So, I have to go.
I'm gonna go on a rant if he brings up the Jags.
Go on with what you're saying,
Rashad. What y'all missed during the difficulties? What y'all missed during the difficulties? My man, Young Lid over here had some disrespectful comments. I would like to hear him say it on the air so I can address him.
Please do so I can.
Just said the Jags are trash.
See, tripping. You're tripping. The Jaguars will win 8 games this season.
I think that
you got to talk about.
I think that our colleague here, Rashad, has ate something bad. The Jags are quite easily the worst franchise in NFL history. They're worse than our high school football team. They're worse than the best Pop Warner team in the nation. These guys, what are they even doing? They have no weapons. Blake Bortles is trash. Denard Robinson still needs to tie up his shoelaces so he can get a 10-yard gain or something so you guys can get a first down. They draft TJ Yeldon to be their bell cow back and give the guy 10 carries. What wide receiver do they have? They have no weapons on offense, so they go get Dante Fowler, who plays defense. He tears his ACL in the first practice they ever have, Jacksonville, where talent goes to die.
Oh no, that's Oakland. That's Oakland. Don't put us in that category.
Right about now,
Don't put us in that category. Don't put us in that category. You gotta remember, Julius Thomas is hurt, and this is Blake Bortles' first game this season. Yeah, you gotta remember that.
What about all those games he played last season?
We don't worry about last season. What about this season? We worry about this season with the Julius Thomas.
You can't just
You can't. Yeah, you can. No, you cannot. The Rams are about to do it. The Rams are about to do it. The Titans are about to do it.
You can't just disregard last season. No, we're talking about
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No,
we're talking about them as a team who haven't done anything.
You got to remember, our star tight end is out. With him and Mercedes Lewis in the game at the same time, it's gonna be dangerous.
The Rams.
That's gonna be the Patriots. That's gonna be the Patriots with Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. That's what Patriots gonna be. Blake Bortles is gonna lead to the ball.
The Patriots still went 10-6. The worst record they've had is 10-6. And Gronkowski's been hurt. Aaron Hernandez has been. When Aaron Hernandez and Gronk played together, it's gonna be like when Julius Thomas comes back. It's gonna be Julius Thomas, Mercedes Lewis. Two top name tight ends. Did you just compare Aaron Hernandez and Gronkowski to Julius Thomas and Mercedes Lewis?
Yes, I did.
Rashad.
No. Y'all not gonna sit here and disrespect an upcoming franchise. An upcoming franchise.
You mean a franchise that won over 5 games in the past 10 years?
No, an upcoming franchise.
Time out. Trivia question for those of you at home. Name the Jaguars wide receivers. Oh, wait. Because they have none.
It's mad.
It hurts. It hurts that Justin Blackman is gone.
I mean,
what has Justin Blackman done of any relevance since he's been in the NFL?
That he's gone.
Other than do drugs and drink. That's
he's
the
been in
best thing
trouble.
he's done since he's been in the NFL.
It's been
even when he played. Even when he played, he wasn't effective.
Okay. So all right.
You really just try to compare Mercedes Lewis?
Yes, I did. So I just had to adjust. I just had to address that Jags are not trash.
Time out.
Wait to the end of the 16-game season.
No.
Wait to the end of the 16-game season and see how they do.
You try to compare Mercedes Lewis to Rob Gronkowski.
That's how they're going to. I didn't compare them one by one. I said they're going to be the same as when Gronk and Aaron Hernandez played.
You're virtually comparing. You know what they play? The players.
Time out. But once again, Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski had this guy named Tom Brady throwing them the ball. Who is Blake Bortles? Who is this guy?
He ain't a champion.
What does he do? Champion? He's not even good at being a loser. This guy's horrible. The Jaguars were inside the red zone at least 4 times, and this big 6'6" Ben Roethlisberger-shaped machine couldn't get the ball in the end zone. Then the great play calling that they had couldn't give the ball to TJ Yeldon. Great back. To get him in the end zone.
That's not his fault. That's not Blake
Bortles' as an organization, they're horrible. They will always be horrible. They're not worth anything. Who's a Jacksonville fan? What are those?
Don't you dare!
I'm not a Jaguars fan, but they need some love.
The Jaguars have never done anything right. Any other team in the NFL, you can go out and get a nice shirt or something with your team colors on it. The Jaguars are the only team.
Colors look great.
The Jaguars are the only team you have to go get a pair of high-heel cheetah print pumps to match your team. They are one of the worst. I hate the Jaguars. I cannot stand the Jaguars. They are a disgrace to the NFL. I like Jay Cutler more than I like the Jaguars. They are the worst thing to ever happen to football ever. That's how I feel.
How are you going to disrespect an upcoming franchise?
Stop saying they're upcoming. They got nothing
upcoming franchise.
They have nothing going on.
They played one game.
They have nothing.
They played one game where in the game they were leading. It just happened to lose the lead.
But they haven't shown anything that they're upcoming. They haven't.
He just said they happen to lose the lead. What happens at the end of a game when you don't have the lead?
You lose. It's one game.
It's
one game.
Their best quarterback in franchise history was David Garrard.
That's bad.
David Garrard is the best quarterback they've ever had. That's a fullback. That's not even a quarterback. They had a linebacker back there playing quarterback, and that's the best they've ever done.
So since the Jaguars lost one game this season, their season's over.
Their season was over before they started.
So the Seahawks season over since they lost to the Rams?
Are you comparing the Jaguars to the Seahawks?
You're saying because they lost the first game of the season. You're saying because they lost the first game of the season, their season is over. No.
Correction.
No.
The Jaguars' season was over before it even started.
No.
When they walked into training camp, their season was over. That's how bad those guys are. Seahawks are on a different level. They made it to 2 straight Super Bowls and have semblance of every good part of a football team. The Jaguars are the worst part of everything
and the Jaguars
that
lost.
deals with football. They have no coach in
Oh,
any
you got a
aspect,
coach.
no players.
So Doug Marrone's not a
anything.
good coach?
No.
He wasn't a good coach at Buffalo?
You see, he's not in Buffalo. If I can see a guy named Rex Ryan's in Buffalo and they just dominated the Colts. I didn't see Doug Marrone doing that.
Didn't he bring them up? Didn't he bring the Buffalo Bills up?
If you call bringing up still having a losing record and
7-9 is better. 7-9 is a lot better than what they were.
Look, 7-9 wasn't good enough to get in the playoffs. They
You're
were
right.
tired of his losing mentality and they got rid of him and they got a winner. They got Rex Ryan. So now the Jaguars take a guy who's a loser.
Whoa, Rex Ryan was a loser too.
Rex Ryan got his team to 2 AFC championships.
He did. What about his past seasons?
Rex Ryan had Mark Sanchez.
Because Rex Ryan lost everybody. He lost Darrelle Revis. He lost. He lost. And he had to go to
He lost the great can't wait Bart Scott.
He lost so many of his defensive players. I mean, you can't hold it against him. He got to the AFC Championship with Revis Island.
I'm not gonna say he was a bad coach last season because he did what he had to do.
Yeah, and then he lost everybody. Everybody just left.
So Buffalo had nobody.
But Buffalo had a great defense.
Jets defense was still okay.
What I'm saying is, Doug Marrone had a Buffalo team that had a great defense.
The Jets defense has always been good.
Exactly.
Their offense was terrible. They had
Buffalo's offense is terrible.
No, but not anymore.
But Buffalo
you had a CJ Spiller or Fred Jackson that couldn't stay healthy.
This man couldn't stay healthy. He had nothing. He didn't have a quarterback. Buffalo, he's had a subpar quarterback. He had Geno Smith. Geno gets himself punched up for half the season. Smith. He didn't have anybody. That's the point, and he still was able to be competitive.
Geno, I missed the team meeting because I went to see a movie. Smith.
Yes, yes. He at least had Ryan Fitzpatrick, EJ Mack, somebody. He at least had somebody. This man, Rex Ryan, was working with nothing. Garbage, and he still kept his defense and lived in the top 10 of the league each year.
You correct yourself.
Top 10, yeah, top 10. But the Buffalo Bills were nothing like that. The only team the Buffalo Bills can catch once in a week is the Patriots. That's it. That's the only team they come to perform against.
Hey, they get the job done.
One game in the season.
2 games in the season.
That's great.
2 games in the season.
That's great. They didn't beat them both games in the season.
That one game wasn't enough for Doug Marrone to keep his job. And he's
about to come turn the program around.
What program? The Jaguars aren't a program.
He has nothing to turn around.
The Jaguars are like a sign-up team. We can go walk onto the Jaguars right now. They're horrible.
Okay.
He has nothing to turn around.
Watching the Jaguars is like watching the Little Giants.
Relax, man, relax.
See, all the other things that we named at least show some promise and show some talent of what they can do in the past season. The Jacksonville Jaguars, if you ask me to name one thing they did well, I'll say show up.
They don't even do that well. I'm pretty sure some of their players missed the bus.
Oh my god!
Because damn well they were at every game. They didn't forfeit. I know that much. They didn't forfeit. So I don't know what kind of vision you have for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bro, you're a believer.
Jaguars only team in the NFL to install a pool inside of their stadium because their fans won't come.
No, that's not why. That's not why.
And they still won't come for the pool.
It's rough. It's rough in Jacksonville, bro. It's rough. It's rough. It's okay. It's okay to admit it. It's okay to admit it.
All right, but
it's okay.
You know, we can save this for another time. We can save this for another time. Because I wait till next week after the Jaguars pull out this win this week.
Who the Jaguars?
They're playing Miami.
The Jaguars are not going to beat.
Wait till they pull out this win. All right, but back to what we were saying about I'm saying Jameis Winston's gonna have a better game. He's still more NFL rated than Marcus Mariota. But see, I think overall it's the RG3 effect for Marcus Mariota, which is why I give him a better season overall. But I think this game, Jameis Winston's gonna have a better game. But season wise, I think Mariota's gonna have a better season because he has the RG3 effect going for him right now, where they just had no answer for him. So I mean, if you get pulled out in the fourth quarter, don't play, you know, you're actually doing something. You're doing something. So for him to throw 4 touchdowns in the first half and don't have to play second half, basically, he's gonna have a better season. But you know, Sunday, James will have a better game.
So my question for you would be I see that you have Winston doing better this weekend, but do you think for him to have a better weekend this weekend, the Buccaneers need to change some things? I feel as if they put him out there on an island last week. He had no help from the defense. They didn't run the ball enough. The guy threw 33 times when they were really struggling to get anything moving. So do you think they need to change up the game plan or anything to get him a little bit more comfortable so he can have better weeks, or you just think it's just going to come to him?
Doug Martin had 11 carries.
Yeah.
Doug Martin, Boise State superstar, who's had 2 rough seasons. Only had 11 carries. He needs to get the ball going. He need to get him going. That's where the offense will begin. Get him going, kind of like the ODU offense. If you get, how they got Ray Lowry going. If you get Doug Martin going, it'll help Jameis Winston a whole lot more, especially when both receivers come back for them. Only one's playing right now with Vincent Jackson.
Yeah, it's Vincent Jackson, and they have
Mike Evans and tight ends. The tight end 6'5" too.
Yeah,
so he about to have 3 6'5" players out there on the field at the same time.
And Doug Martin out the backfield.
Once Doug Martin gets his productivity up, once Mike Evans come back, and with all those pieces right there, James Winston will have. He still won't have a better season than Mariota, but he will have way better options. He'll play a lot better than he did against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on from there, and we're gonna go on to the week 2 predictions. I think we really got part of the prediction for the Jaguars from these guys. Rashad has hope. Rashad got hope.
Y'all have hope.
But
hey, shout out to Dro having hope with me, yo. Hey, Dro, we know we supporting the Jaguars.
Anyway, but
Dro, I'm embarrassed for you.
But
Why?
Going on from that, we're gonna go to the week 2 prediction. So starting off tonight with Broncos and Chiefs, who do y'all have winning tonight, and what's y'all score? Rashad, give me yours first.
I got the Chiefs winning. Payman is declining, so I'm gonna say. I mean, this is like throwing a game with no touchdowns, so he's not. I don't think he can bounce back extremely well from that. I'm not even thinking he'll bounce back with a 5 touchdown game. So I'm saying the game will probably be 28-17 Chiefs. I don't think Payman's gonna fix it immediately.
Okay.
This game right here, and Alex Smith had a pretty good game, so I think 28-17 Chiefs.
All right. Rudy, how about you?
I'm also going Chiefs. Peyton Manning showed his age last week against a weakened Baltimore defense. He's going to be going against a Kansas City defense going to be getting after him all game. I think Jamal Charles is going to get off this week. Travis Kelce, the leading receiver at tight end for the Chiefs, is going to get off. So I think it's going to be 28-13. I don't got them scoring 2 touchdowns. I think they'll get 1 touchdown, maybe from C.J. Anderson. And
you say no passing touchdowns again?
No, I don't got Peyton doing it again. Sometimes you got to learn when to hang it up, and I think
no
it might be
passing
time for him to hang it
touchdowns
up.
for 2 straight games though.
I mean, he's playing a way better defense this week. See,
but
the Ravens don't got an Eric Berry back there, and their pass rush is nowhere near the Chiefs. So I can't see him doing better against a tougher defense. You see what I'm saying?
So you think Kelce gonna have the game like he did last week?
I don't think Kelsey's gonna have the same game, but I do think Jeremy Maclin is gonna show up.
Oh, FanDuel, here I come.
Okay, well, Khalid, who do you have winning, and what's your score?
I ain't got no scores, but I definitely got the Chiefs coming out on top. They are definitely look like a great contender. Peyton Manning, he's looking old. 175 yards for 40 attempts, not looking too good. So definitely have the Chiefs coming out on top.
All right, well, I'm gonna choose the Broncos, and I have the Broncos winning 21-24, just because I feel like everybody always says this stuff about Peyton Manning, and then it's the same stuff that was being said about him with his neck injury when he initially came back, and then he came up and had one of the best offenses in league history. So I'm not gonna count Peyton Manning out yet, just because he is Peyton Manning, but I will say that he has shown decline, at least in week 1. I mean, it's just 1 game, but I will say that I think the score will be 24-21 and the Broncos pull out. How about the matchup with the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots? Start off with you, Rudy.
We was just talking about this.
I'm gonna go Buffalo Bills. The Patriots looked great against the Steelers, but the Bills looked even better against the Colts. I think that defense, and Rex Ryan's teams get up to play Tom Brady. I think they're gonna send everything they got and the kitchen sink at Tom Brady. Tyrod Taylor is gonna have another really good game. I don't think he's gonna turn the ball over. I think the Bills will probably win this game 17-13.
Yeah, it won't be a blowout.
All right, how about you, Khalid?
I'm gonna take the Patriots just because they are coming off that Super Bowl win. They are still playing as a very high level team. Bills, they looking nice too, and the game will be played in Buffalo. But I do feel like Patriots can take this one.
Tyrod Taylor is the answer. He is the answer for the Buffalo Bills. This was the greatest move they made since bringing in LaShawn McCoy. He is the answer because CJ Spiller won't cut it. He is the answer. I think he's gonna have another good game.
A little bit of shade thrown at CJ Spiller.
I mean, see, I'm throwing shade at CJ Spiller because CJ Spiller was always my fantasy running back every year. I always had faith in him. I was like, you're gonna have a great game. No, every time. So you know what? LaShawn McCoy is there. And LaShawn McCoy is actually been more healthy this week than he was last week because he was questionable with his injury. So this week, when we saw that he had no complication in the game he played against the Colts, we see that he's going to be able 100% healthy for this game. And I don't think the Patriots' run defense is excellent. It's pretty good. It's not great though. They score a lot of points, which kind of like shadows their defense. But I think LaShawn McCoy's gonna go off. Tyrod Taylor's gonna have another good game. That defense is gonna create turnovers against Tom Brady. The only problem I have is in the red zone is that man Gronk.
Oh yeah.
You can't have. There's not many answers for him in the red zone. So yeah, you got Rex Ryan though, so of course he's gonna have something ready for that. But that's if they can keep out the red zone, I see Buffalo winning this game 21-14.
Okay. Well, all right. Next game would be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to, but I'll say the Patriots. I'll just say the Patriots are gonna win. To me, one team has Tom Brady, the other team doesn't, and quarterback play is a big deal. The way he controls the game is just he has a mastery for it. So I think I picked the Patriots to him. Then how about the Cowboys and the Eagles? Just give me a quick prediction of what y'all think. Rashad, go ahead.
How about them Cowboys? That's all I need to say.
Okay. Rudy?
Eagles.
Disrespectful.
I got Eagles too.
Disrespectful.
This is a close matchup.
Disrespectful.
Right?
Well,
do you need reasons as to why?
I actually am going to pick the Cowboys.
Thank you, sir.
I actually think the Cowboys will win. I actually think. Okay.
Let's simmer down.
All right, and then how about the Seahawks and the Packers?
Packers.
Seahawks.
I'm gonna agree with the Packers.
That bad man.
Aaron Rodgers has no good games against the Seahawks.
But at home.
It doesn't matter. He had
a great game in the playoffs last year. The Seahawks just got a little bit fortunate at the end there. I'm not gonna call it luck. I'm just gonna call it good fortune.
Let's talk about the Seahawks breaking defense. Like without Cam Chancellor, they looking like
we still have what's today? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We got 3 days
for them to get a contract.
We got 3 days.
Come on.
We got 3 days.
This man's trying to get $900K more than what they're at with the offense.
We got 3 days. Anything happen in 3 days?
All right.
Cam Chancellor be on the field. Hopefully, he will probably be on the field.
So going from the Packers and Seattle, we're gonna start talking about Marshawn Lynch's mom and the comment she had to say about the offensive coordinator of the Seahawks pretty much calling for his job after the Super Bowl. She said that she feels like her son was kind of sabotaged because he didn't get the ball in the Super Bowl, but then they want to give him the ball on 4th and 1 on a draw play out the shotgun against the Rams, in which he got stopped in the backfield. So what do y'all think? Do you guys think Marshawn Lynch should face any kind of, repercussions because of this? Or are you just like, hey, is his mom just looking out for her son? What do y'all think?
Marshawn Lynch face repercussions?
No, I'm saying, do you think he should?
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's a fan voicing her opinion.
She's doing what all of us wanted to say. She just has the power to get it out nationally.
She put it on
because she's mama.
Exactly.
Mama has power.
She's Mama Lynn. She has the power to do what she can do, what we can do, what we've been saying since that played in the Super Bowl.
Bro, and Stephen A. Smith backed her up. I'm gonna give you a tweet that he had. Quote: Pete Carroll makes me sick. You can't give Marshawn Lynch the ball with the Super Bowl on the line, but you can call on his number on a draw play out of the shotgun.
Yeah, man.
Tell me why when he was reading that, I pictured Stephen A. when he said it makes me sick.
I had to say it. I gotta throw the words. Like,
what do you think about it, Rudy? Do you think,
I believe that she's 1,000% correct. There's no logical reason the league should be able to fine Marshawn Lynch for this. I already feel as if the league doesn't like the man. Mm-hmm. They seem to fine him about everything. They find a way to fine him about this. It's just utterly ridiculous. But she's right. I believe, because there were reports last year that there was a little bit of dissension in the locker room with the whole Percy Harvin, Russell Wilson situation, that they didn't really like Marshawn Lynch's antics and whatnot in the locker room. I feel as if they were trying to glorify Russell Wilson to get in the win in the Super Bowl. And I think that this play call was sort of like them saying, hey, well, look, Marshawn wouldn't have got the yard either on a horribly designed play. Who runs a draw play out of shotgun on a 4th and 1 when you know the Rams, with one of the best D-lines in the league, are going to bring it? They're going to come at you with everything they got because they know who's going to get the ball. That was a horrible play call. It seems as if certain coaches are coaching more so to get a point across than they are to win a game. And I don't really like that. So if you're going to coach to get a point across, you don't need to be coaching, because at the end of the day, we want W's.
I agree. It makes no sense. He had just, in the Super Bowl, he had just probably got a 3-yard gain getting down to the 1. And then, the Patriots defense wasn't even, ready for it. They couldn't handle Marshawn Lynch when it came to red zone territory. So it's just like, why? It doesn't make any sense. And then you want to do the same thing against the Rams, but then you call it out of the shotgun, which a running back pretty much has to jump, take the ball, and like try and get a burst of speed from that moment, instead of running out of I formation or out of single back formation, where they have a chance to gain speed and actually hit the hole with strength. And that's, everybody knows that's Marshawn Lynch's specialty. But y'all, that's gonna wrap it up for today. We have fun today, especially thank Rudy for coming by, for guesting with us, for voicing his opinions. You'll see him a lot more, hopefully, throughout, in the future. And
can I say one thing before we leave?
No.
Please. This is kindly
no. Anyway, follow our Twitter page at KBR_sports. And you can check out our past shows and our past segments on our KBR Sports YouTube channel, and also on the WODU Live YouTube channel. You can see either one. Well, on the KBR Sports YouTube channel, you have it broken up into segments, so you can watch one segment, each segment you wish to watch. But all right, y'all, we're signing off. We're signing off. We'll check. We're signing off, and we'll be back on next week, Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. All right, y'all have a great day.